What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I got a lot of makeup on today. And yep, my roommate and I are going out tonight, so I wanted to get a little bit more glammed up than usual. So if you have any questions about what is on my face, just let me know in the comments and I will be happy to share. So today's video is about products that I don't like. I think it's very important to talk about products we don't like, just as it is important to talk about products we do like. But these are my favorite videos to watch. I love hearing what doesn't work out for people, so I can save my money or help another person not spend a lot of money on something that I think sucks. So this is just my opinion, not an attack on anybody, not an attack on a brand, anything like that. I have everything from foundations, fragrances, eyeshadows, like everything. So if you like these kinds of videos, give me a thumbs up, comment down below what products you don't like, and subscribe to my channel. I'm actually pretty close to 100 subscribers, which is a very big deal for me. I film in my bedroom, not a big time YouTuber here, so very exciting. So thanks, guys, and let's just go ahead and get into it. The first product that's on top of my pile is this highlighter from Tarte. This came out about the holiday time. It's called the Goddess Glow Highlighter. Let me cover up the mirror so I don't blind you. And it's just like a big ass pan of highlighter. I was so excited for this. I was super excited when it came out, and then it went on sale, and I was like, oh my god. And I, if you guys don't know, I do work at Sephora part-time, so I got an additional discount on top of that. And then I was just like, I was just so excited. So this is what it looks like swatched. It's too dark for my skin tone, and I knew that going into it. But when I put this on, it was a glitter bomb, and I don't like glittery highlighters. And besides that, the color was too dark, and I found that it just didn't look like glowy. Like, I have this highlighter on, and you can see like it's glowing. This was just kind of like particles of glitter with like a dark gold base, if that makes any sense. I was super disappointed in this, and even though you got like enough highlighter in here to last your entire life, I was just not happy. So not cool. Another face thing I hated was, this is from Rimmel. I have a lot of products from Rimmel. I really like Rimmel, but I don't like this. This is their Kate Moss palette in Golden Sands. I think there were two versions of this. So you get a highlighter, a contour, and a blush. And when I saw this, I was like, great, this is all I need, everything here. No, the highlighter is literally like, I would consider that a matte powder. The bronzer is orange and glittery, and the blush is like hot pink and glittery. So there's a lot of powder kick up. It's glitter. It's a glitter bomb, and I don't like it. I kept it around for the bronzer, but then the more I used it, I was like, this is really orange and it sucks. So even though this is an affordable product, I would not recommend this, especially no, just don't buy it. I don't like that. Let's go into eyeshadow. I was so upset when I didn't like this. This is new from Wet n Wild. It's their quad and hooked on vinyl. I am a huge fan of Wet n Wild. I really was excited for this. I bought they had a bunch of new stuff out, and I bought a bunch of it. And this was one of these things. And so you got your transition shade, a shimmery shade, kind of like an all over lid setting thing, and then this is supposed to be in your crease. This has shimmer in it, so I don't put shimmer shades in my crease personally, but you can do what you want to do. This was fine. This shade was fine, but then this gold just isn't like, it doesn't pack enough of a punch. Like, it looks nice here, but like once you get it on the eye, it doesn't really have that like bam metallic that I was really looking for. So then I went ahead into the crease with this dark color right here, and it just went everywhere. It was really dark and really pigmented, but it does have shimmer in it, and it was really hard like just to get it in a precise location. It would just like kind of blend out everywhere. So I was like super disappointed in this, and like I really like Wet n Wild, but yeah, this is the hooked on vinyl one. Like I said, I haven't tried the other ones in the new formulation, but I don't like it. I want to save all my foundations for last because that's like what I'm most passionate about is foundations. So here's something new that I just got. This is by Sephora brand. This is a Beauty Amplifier lid and liner primer. So it comes in this little compact, and this pan inside is actually removable. So I thought that this was going to be a cream. It is not. This is a powder, and it just comes off as like a skin tone kind of tinted powder. So I use this alone, and then I put my eyeshadows on top of it, and then by the middle of the day, my eyeshadow had completely just like built up in my crease. My lids were oily, and just like, it just didn't look good. So I was like, okay, let me try it with alone, and then with a setting powder on top of it. So I tried that same thing, oily crease, build up eyeshadow mess. So I've given up on this. I don't want to use this as like a setting powder under my like normal primer because I think this just makes my lids oily and it makes my eyeshadows crease. This was on clearance at Sephora, so I wonder if they are kind of phasing this out, but I'm not sure, but definitely don't get that. I don't like that. Ooh, eyeliner. I have two of these in different colors. This is the Rhode Isle Smoky Eye Pen. It's just a regular old eyelining pen. And it's like sharpenable up here. I have one in black and I have one in brown. This is the one in brown. I have two of them because Allure Beauty Box has sent me these twice. I don't like them. They are not waterproof. They don't claim to be waterproof, so I will give them that. They glide on the eyes really easily, but they go everywhere. They're in my inner corner, they're in my outer corner, they're underneath my lash line, but they don't stay in my waterline. So overall, this is just really, really sucky. I'm going to be decluttering this. A funny story about my decluttering. I give all my products that I don't like to one particular friend. I usually give them like my sisters if they want them, or my roommate, she usually gets one of the first picks, but then my other friend Bethany gets a lot of them. And she sees these videos of me like products I don't like, and then I'm giving her a bag full of this stuff, and she's like, you don't like any of this is all sucky. But, you know, everybody has different opinions, so I like to give everybody a chance to try these out. I don't like those eyeliners. I don't even know where you can buy that brand, but I want Allure Beauty Box to stop sending them to me because I don't like them. Next up is a primer that I'm glad I didn't purchase in the full size. This is the new Too Faced Prime and Peachy Cooling Matte Primer. I think I got this in a Sephora Play box, or I got it as a 100-point perk or something like that. This really balls up on my skin. When you go to like press it into your skin or start to rub it in, it pills up on me. And as soon as I notice that, I never use it again. I don't think it keeps me matte. I like the scent of it. I like a lot of the peach stuff, but I did not like this just because it did really like ball up on my skin. Alright, last thing before we go into foundations is a fragrance, and I'm so disappointed in this. If anybody knows me, my favorite show of all time is Sex and the City. I love Sex and the City. I love the storyline, I love the characters, I'm like literally obsessed with the show. I freaking love it. I've watched the whole series probably like 30 times, start to finish, movies included, everything. So Sarah Jessica Parker has a fragrance. She has multiple fragrances now, but this one particularly caught my eye. This is Stash by SJP. So I got this at Ulta, and it came in a gift set, and I was so excited because I really like dark, heavy, almost like unisex kind of scents that smell like woody or smoky or things like that. My favorite perfume at the moment, which is up on this shelf that you guys can never see that I keep referencing, is Tom Ford's Velvet Orchid. It's got that smokiness to it, but it still smells a little bit feminine, but not too powdery or floral. Anyway, so I was really excited when I saw the description for this. This smells literally exactly like shaving cream. I know. Shaving cream. And I was so disappointed. I got it in the mail and I was like tearing open the package. I was like, yes, finally, Sarah Jessica Parker. But no, it smells like shaving cream. And it came with the lotion, and the lotion smells exactly the same. Even like when you first spray it, it smells very heavily of shaving cream. And then like on the dry down, it smells a little bit like sweeter, so like a sweet shaving cream. I'm just like, I'm super, super upset. Because I really like her, and I really wanted to like this. But she came out with a new one. It's in a pink bottle. I think it's like part of the Stash line. But so I really want to try that and see if it's any better. But this I really am disappointed with because I smell like a barbershop. Alright, on to foundations, which when a foundation sucks for me, it particularly hurts my soul because I love foundation. I have cystic acne, I have combination skin, there's so many problems with my skin. I look for a foundation that's full coverage, that keeps me matte during the day. I will kind of go for a satin sometimes for foundation, but always full coverage and always long lasting. So those are like my criteria. So the first one that I used to love actually, and then it didn't work for me like one day, was the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. I loved this. When I first got it, I have the lightest shade, which is porcelain. When I first bought this, I loved it. I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, a $6 foundation. This is fantastic. The coverage was great. It wore great. And then all of a sudden, I don't know if my skin changed or something. All of a sudden, this looked horrible on me. And my roommate said the same thing. She has this obviously in like 4 shades darker. But the same thing happened to her. She tried it and she loved it. And then one day, it just never worked again. So I don't know if this formula goes bad or what, but I can't use this anymore. It looks so dry on my skin, and it really cakes up in like my pore area, and it looks bad. It just looks really bad. So I'm super disappointed with this. The shade is really nice though. This is just like a fair porcelain shade. Works really, really well, but disappointed in the formula and how that changed, because I think it changed. Next up is the Benefit Hello Flawless Oxygen Wow Foundation. Does anybody talk about this ever? I know this is a really old foundation, but it's like I never see anybody on YouTube talking about it. This is really, really yellow. I'm more of like a neutral to cool undertone. As you can see, I actually self-tan. Like this is me self-tanned. So I'm like always on the hunt for a really, really light foundation, because this is about as dark as I get. This is really, really yellow. It's supposed to be brightening and illuminating, which is fine, but it's the shade and it gets darker and darker and more yellow throughout the day. So I can't wear this. I can't even mix it in with anything. I've used quite a bit of it. I used about half of it throughout the years. This has got to be expired. Now that I'm thinking about it, this has got to be expired. But anyway, I don't like this. I don't like the formula. I don't like how it oxidizes. Boo. Next up is the Milk Makeup Matte Foundation. Liquid Blur Matte Foundation, whatever they called it. I loved this. I wore this all the time. Shade's a little bit off, but fine. I have this in the lightest shade, which I believe is fair. So it says on the top to shake it. So I do. I make sure to do that every single time I use this. But the past like couple of times I've taken this out, when I've shaken it and I've squeezed it onto my hand, and it's been like oil coming out. So I go back and shake it again and try to combine the oil in this. I don't know why there's oil in it. I try to mix it all together, and the oil still comes out first. So it's not mixing anymore. And then when I go to put it on, the oil that's in this foundation sits on top of the pigment. So it looks like I'm just greasy and like thick foundationed and like really heavy. And it looks really bad now. I used a lot of it. I've used like almost half of it, and I really did like it, but then it separated and I was never able to mix it all back together. So keep that in mind if you do buy this. Just kind of get through it pretty quickly, because I have a lot of foundation, so I didn't get to this as quickly as I wanted, and now it won't mix together and I can't use it. So the last two foundations I have, this one is a sample and the other one is a full size. This one is the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Foundation. I got this in the two lightest shades. This foundation was horrible. I was like, oh, matte, perfect. Love matte, love a velvety finish. I'll take it. It wouldn't cover. It was not full coverage. It wouldn't build up, and it looked so like heavy and gross, and like it got oily very, very quickly, and I was shocked. I was like, it's supposed to be matte foundation, but I was like exceptionally oily. So would not purchase the full size, would not recommend it if you have skin similar to mine. Really did not like this. And the last one we have is another Makeup Forever. This is like, people love this. This is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Foundation Stick. People love this, and I would love to know why. I love the coverage of this, and I love the shade. This is the shade 115 or R230. This is like my perfect shade match. There it is right there. You can't even see it because it's a perfect shade match. It's got a pink undertone, which I really enjoy and need in a foundation, and the coverage is completely full. But like immediately it settles into my fine lines. I don't have like deep set fine lines. I'm 25 years old. I get them around my smile lines. I have like one here that my mother has the same exact one. And then I have like two big ones on my forehead. This emphasizes them so badly. And I go like, I bake powder over them. I try to set these lines immediately so like the foundation doesn't sink into them, but it's still so bad. And then I'm always like, I'm constantly when I'm wearing this looking in the mirror and like rubbing out those fine lines because this just sinks in them so badly. So if you have any sort of like fine lines, texture, wrinkles, things like that, I would not recommend this. But if you don't, good for you. The coverage is fantastic. But what I do now is if I really like need the coverage, I'll use it on like my chin area, which happens to be like where all of my acne scarring is for the most part. And then I'll use a different foundation in my T-zone, one that won't settle into my fine lines like that. So I do not recommend this. I did not like this. So those are all the products right now that I am totally not loving. One of these days I gotta do a makeup tour. I have like a stack of drawers all down here that are full of makeup. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to hear what your least favorite products are, what products you don't like. Down in the comments, we will have a conversation, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!